Hello, my name is Emily. I am the Crazy Flippin' Mom on all social media platforms, and I'm hosting a spooky. Thought that was somebody behind me. I'm hosting a November listed challenge on Facebook Marketplace, and so I wanted to share some of the tips. Some of the things I do on Facebook, I sell a good amount over there, and some things have definitely helped me sell more. So let's get into it. Okay. I have been selling on Marketplace for probably 4 or 5 years consistently, and definitely certain things do better for me than others. I would say if I'm doing clothes, and a lot of times like I'll have leftover, because I also saw on Amazon and Walmart, I have leftover candy or return candy. I will bulk it and I will put it all together and then list it on Marketplace. That does better than just one-off items for sure. Like one pair of shoes, that's just me. Although you can list one at a time, clothing items, they do just fine. But I feel like in my experience, bulk selling has done I've sold it a little bit faster than one-off items, so you're not just waiting for a very specific buyer. I like to sell free stuff. I am personally not in any, which I shouldn't say that. I might be in some like swap groups on Facebook, like people getting rid of stuff for free or trying to swap stuff. I don't look for things in those groups specifically to sell on Facebook, because I feel like if you're part of those groups, you want to give it away for free. But I do search Facebook Marketplace free, and a lot of stuff pulls up. People have appliances sitting around, even if they don't work. I have sold my fair share of dishwashers that do not work anymore, and somebody will take it, fix it, or get the parts and sell them themselves. So stuff does not have to be working. You just have to disclose everything that you know about the item. And if I get something for free, like on the side of the road, or I'm picking it up and I don't know, I am truthful with the buyers. I don't know the condition of this, and usually you can kind of tell from looking at it. If it's covered in rust and grossness, probably not going to be working anytime soon. But I like to let people know at least the information I know about the product and be as honest as possible. Let's see. I like to do appliances though. I think that's my favorite. We always have furniture, and people know that I like to sell stuff. And so you'd be surprised. And if you mention on Facebook to your friends and family, I'll collect your stuff you don't want anymore, you would be surprised. We're like this too. We just moved, and we would love for somebody to come pick up our stuff. We have made so many trips to Goodwill, to the thrift stores, donation in any way, just to get rid of it. And it would be nice if that stuff, somebody was just coming to pick it up from our house, would save us a trip. So you would be surprised. I know, like, if you're new to this, that may feel a little bit weird, but I also try to look at it as a service to people who maybe can't get out of the house, don't need it anymore, would like the space back, are busy, all those things. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. The things though that I try to look for is, because I know people have asked me, what do you do if you get stuff that you cannot use? I donate it. So I am actually doing a service for people. I don't feel great about going to somebody's house if I say I'm going to do something and then showing up and being like, no, I don't want this stuff. So usually I do take it and then just run straight to the thrift store and drop it off. Easy peasy. That's what they wanted to happen, for it to be dropped off somewhere. So, okay. The only thing that I put in my comments though is a smoke-free house, because that is really hard stuff to sell. As you know, it's just hard to clean. If it's not like a hard surface, if it's fabric, very hard to clean. So for me, that's one thing that I don't like to pick up, and I will make a little note in my free pickup. What's the other stuff? I know that some people are skittish about going to people's houses, as you should be, and I would go with your gut. If you don't feel comfortable going to somebody's house, don't. If you want to do free pickup, you're probably gonna have to figure out a way around that. I would suggest bringing a friend. I have never felt too uncomfortable with Facebook Marketplace, because I can get on their page and look at their picture, look at the other reviews, and I know that's very broad. And so I would just say use discretion. You know, don't go at night. And if you can, like, say they have a workplace, you can say, I'll meet you there, someplace public. I have seen our local police department offer their parking if you want to do swap transaction sales there, because obviously you have a little bit more protection. And maybe I know people message me about they don't like that. So there's definitely things, meet in the Walmart parking lot, but you do have to figure out how that's going to work out for you. At the end of the day, it's best to bring somebody along with you. And if you show up and you don't feel comfortable, leave. Like the $20 thing is not worth it. I'm remembering a comedian who's talked about like worst case scenario, best case scenario, you get $5. So that is another thing. I try to list stuff for at least $20. So that's kind of my price point. And I talked about this a little bit on Instagram, and there was a lot of confusion. No, I'm not listing something and sitting by the curb with this product. I list it. It takes me maybe all of 10 minutes. If I find it, I put it in my car, take pictures, store it in my garage, and we're talking like 10 minutes of work here. So at least $20, because it is time, your time, and you're gonna have to talk to people, probably more than one person, and you might get stood up. Okay, that is just the way of Facebook Marketplace. I have had pretty good luck with this. A lot of times I give people my phone number because I am not great at always remembering to check Marketplace. So having that connection with somebody, again, maybe you don't feel comfortable doing that, but that has worked well for me. Cash is great when somebody shows up with cash, but then you have somebody, it's like $35 and $40 and or they don't have money. So I like Venmo. Those digital payments are fantastic. And also, if you are worried that somebody's not going to show up, you can say, send me part of it, that sort of thing. But if I'm going to meet somebody, this morning I went to look at something, I verified that hour right before I left. I want a verbal note of like confirmation both ways. So if somebody's coming to me, I'll say, you better tell me right now. And also, I don't hold products for people. And I actually have a bad review about this on Facebook. You would not believe how many people tell me they're gonna come after work, and then that is the only time in my whole life I'll probably hear from them. So now I try to tell them up front. It's usually in the titles too, I don't hold. You can say you're coming Saturday morning. And every time somebody says, I'll come get it this weekend, sounds good, sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. How many people actually show up? As you know, not very good follow through. So I never bank on one person. And if I do, if there's a special occasion, I will move that offer on Facebook to pending. And you kind of give them, if it's like a day window. But in my situation, that has never worked out well. The people who say, and usually because they tell me a backstory and then I feel bad. So I'm like, okay, I'll save it for you. They never come. So that's one thing is I'm first come, first serve. I'm not holding this crap forever. Most likely 100 people say they're coming. One person actually shows up. I think that's all my tips. Be safe out there. Get rid of your crap. If you're not using it, this is a fantastic way to make money. We do a lot of good money every month just listing what we find around the house. Furniture I find, I don't know how we collect this, but if you are like us, we have a ton of kids, we just collect stuff. They're always wanting to sell toys, furniture, electronics, whatever it is. Get your kids involved. This is a great way for them to make some extra money too. I hope this is helpful. If you like this content, follow along. I will try my best to show you what's selling, what it's selling for, and my personal process. This is November 1st. I've made 0 sales. I have 1 pickup scheduled at 5:15 tonight for $25. So we'll see what happens with that, but I am actively looking around trying to sell stuff. So yeah, day 1, we'll see how much I can make this month. My goal is $1,000. That would be awesome. We'll see. Have a great one.